Cyberpunk is guns, blood, and bugs. However, it is not a shit show that will leave you empty by the time you finish it. An actual masterpiece that will make you question what is the purpose of living. Is it a long and peaceful life, or a short one where you enjoy every single second of it? David chose the second one, and that is why you enjoyed it. Every one of us is afraid to take up new challenges and try out new things, because it's scary and uncomfortable, which is something normal. It's not as easy as choosing between McDonald's and KFC. It's a choice that would change your life. What Cyberpunk Edge Runners showed us was a choice that changed a simple boy's life into something more, into something with a meaning. And I'm not talking about him becoming Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm talking about him finding people he wants to enjoy life with, and that is the feeling every single one of us is looking for. But to understand it, we need to analyze David's life before. He was a simple boy with as much money as I had, who had no purpose in life besides the fact of helping his mother. He was being bullied at school, living in shitty conditions and struggling every day of his life. Until one moment. Until the moment his mother died. Until the moment he lost the most important person in his life, and that was the crucial change. That was the second he realized one thing. Fuck everything! He took the red pill. He chose to live a better life and started to change. And holy shit, that was an awesome change. I mean, just look at this. Just look at how he shows his mind in the reality of Kong. I freaking love that scene. But what's next? What can he do now? He is alone, has no money, and doesn't know what awaits him tomorrow. This is when the opportunity came. Do you remember the time you saw the answers of the smart kid of the class and you copied them? David saw the smart kid and her answers on how to live life, so he took them to make new friends. Did you think I was going to say that he started stealing like Lucy did? Well, he did, but in pair with Lucy, and they did such a good job that Lucy decided to take him at her house. To only screw him over and steal his cyber skeleton, and also have some guys give him a beating. But David has already taken the red pill. He was ready to take any risk, and he took it. He asked the bully to become an edge runner. Probably the wrong thing to do. However, as someone said,
شكت الصف يدوسي الopportunity.
So he tried his luck and it worked. His life finally became better and he found people he wants to live with. The god has finally smiled upon him, or so he thought. The world is a shitty place, or did you forget it? When you get to episode 6, you understand the real world of Cyberpunk. You understand why you wouldn't want to live there and why everybody has such a shitty existence. David saw his companions die. He saw the guy that taught him everything become a cyber psycho and get killed. That adding more fire after his friend was killed by a homeless being in a barrel. It was the moment when David realized maybe the opportunity was a greater catastrophe. Maybe it was a road to a new end with more pain and despair. After that moment, you get to see him transform into a robot in order to be able to protect the people he truly loved, the ones that gave him the new life he wanted for so long. And that is what you must understand. That is why Edge Runners is such a masterpiece. It is a short story of most people's lives. You start as a kid at school that has almost nothing and hates everything, to only get a job and work for somebody, selling your precious time in order to sustain yourself, until you find a person you want to spend all your life with, and you decide to take the opportunity. You decide to speak to the girl or boy. And after some time, it does work out. You get the most beautiful moments of your life, being with the person you love the most. But stop! You forgot something. You forgot to wear protection while enjoying life. you naughty boy.
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
And so you realized that you made a mistake. Well, kids are not a mistake. They are the most beautiful things in the world. Except you. You probably were a mistake. That aside, this is your turning point. This is the point when you realize, I will do anything to make the lives of whom I love the best ones. That's what happened to David. He decided to do everything so that the lives of whom he loved to be as good as possible and, the most important, safe. But that came with a price. When David found out Lucy has been taken away, he didn't have any boundaries left. He became a nanomachine ready to exterminate everything in his way. He became the Lion King ready to kill whoever showed up in his face. He became a cyber psycho.
母さん、ありがとう、母さん。
Not only did he become a cyber psycho, but on his path to save Lucy, 2 of the 4 crew members left have also died, and in the end, he died like his teacher. So, was it worth it? Was his sacrifice worth it? After all, he could have lived a longer life with more of his friends being alive. That's true, but a life without his most loved one wasn't worth living for David. It would have been much more painful for him to continue living without Lucy. And looking at his expression, can you say that he was unhappy when he died?
かもしれんのにな。
知るかよ、クソ野郎。
そうか。じゃあな。
Cyberpunk Age Runners teaches us that there are 2 roads of living life, and if you choose the short one, you will get a lot of joy, fun, and excitement. However, it will all end with you sacrificing yourself. It may be for somebody you love, or just for you. The question is it worth it? I don't know. That's an answer you have to tell me. But what I can tell is, he was happy. He lived life the way he wanted, and in the end, like we died in the game for Johnny, so did David die for the sake of his loved ones. And that is not something to pity, but something to prize and admire.
So what do you want?